Okay, so we talked about this off the top, junk fees, right?
Junk fees.
A recent Senate subcommittee report showing that airlines, they have made billions of dollars in those so-called junk fees. It's not just like the ticket's $100, but then you got another $200 in fees. It's almost like Ticketmaster when you go to the concert. It's all
you
these
mean like
fees.
bag fees and this extra
and
other fees?
Oh, I want a seat with a half an inch more. Now you got to pay another $100.
Soda cart fee.
Exactly. Oxygen, you name it. Well, today, major airline executives will be in D.C. defending seating fees before a Senate panel. Joining us now is business expert and attorney with us here, Parag Amin. Good to have you with us. Okay, let's talk about these fees. This is such a big topic, especially for families, right, where they feel like if they don't pay for these seats, they can't sit together. What happened today?
100%. So the hearing today is about holding these airlines accountable for gouging U.S. consumers for basic amenities, such as families wanting to sit together and having to pay extra. If you've got children, you're going to want to sit with them on the flight, probably. So it's ridiculous that parents have to pay extra to be able to sit with their children. And so this hearing is about accountability for the airlines who are now trying to defend something that really is, in many ways, indefensible.
Okay, but the airlines are going, of course, they're going to say, hey, we have all of this overhead. We only make so much money per trip. We have to charge extra for blah, blah, blah. How much of an argument do the consumers have?
Great question. So at the end of the day, it comes down to transparency. Look, I mean, if airlines want to charge extra for the flight, okay. The whole idea is just be transparent about it. Okay. Don't hold people hostage. Don't wait until they get their seats and then get onto the plane or get to the airport and say, oh, well, you wanted to sit together? Well, that's going to be an extra $50 or $100 per seat. And that's the problem, and that's what the government wants from the airlines in terms of accountability and transparency, because at the end of the day, the U.S. consumer has the right to make an informed decision about what they're paying without having to pay all of these hidden fees that they don't find out about until the last minute. Like, for example, imagine going to a hotel.
Yep.
Yes.
No, go ahead.
Well, so, okay, imagine going to a hotel and you check in, you're having a good time, you're with your family, and then you call the front desk and say, hey, you know, my room doesn't have towels. It doesn't have any soap. And they say, you know, yeah, that's going to be extra. If you want towels, that's an extra $50 each. If you want soap, that's going to be an extra $10 per bar of soap you want. It would be absolutely ridiculous. These are basic things that we're all entitled to, and it's common sense that that should be included in the price. And so ultimately, if airlines want to charge extra per seat, that should just be priced in. It should be completely transparent that this is what you're getting for this price. And if you need these extra things up front, this is what you will have to pay.
Parag, do you think the tide is turning for the consumer? Because it seems as though as we're having these hearings, just recently we know that if you're delayed by airline fault, if weather, you can go and get your money back. It's easier for the consumer. This is now before the Senate, something that for some people may seem trivial, $1 billion industry now talking about seating arrangements for families. It almost seems as though we're starting to get back to basics and say you cannot charge. This is the free market, but you can't charge for everything, including oxygen, which seems like pretty much at this point they may even do.
That's right. There is a turning tide, which is amazing, because the Biden administration has been pushing, and the Department of Transportation has been pushing for more accountability and transparency. But recently, there has been a hold been put on the Department of Transportation's ability to be able to force the airlines to be transparent about it. The airlines are not taking this lightly. They are fighting back. So they have filed lawsuits, and currently the Department of Transportation's ability to enforce this transparency is on pause because of a recent ruling from the United States Supreme Court, the Loper-Bright case, where it's limited agencies' abilities to be able to stop companies that they regulate from doing certain things unless Congress has explicitly authorized it. So this Senate hearing is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
And certainly the Senate and Congress has the ability to be able to legislate further to be able to protect consumers.
Yep. Well, they got to legislate all kinds of things, because I can't go to these concerts anymore. They're like $2,000 for like the nosebleed seats at this point with all these junk fees. That's a different topic for another day. Parag, thank you so much for coming on the DMV Zone.
My pleasure. Thanks.